Write on the problem. Determine the characteristic impedance. Determine the characteristic impedance and the effective dielectric constant, dielectric constant for a microstrip transmission line fabricated in alumina substrate. Fabricated in an alumina substrate. Epsilon suffix r is equals to 9.7. If the W by B ratio is first case 0.5, second case 5. If the W by B ratio is first case 0.5, second case 5. Full stop. Also find the velocity. Velocity of propagation. In each case. This is the question. Determine the characteristic impedance and the effective dielectric constant for a microstrip transmission line fabricated in an alumina substrate. Epsilon r is equals to 9.7. If the W by B ratio is first case 0.5 and the second case is 5, and also find the velocity propagation in each case. Here we have two cases, 0.5 and 5 ratios, W by B ratios. Okay, write down the solution. First you need to write down given data, what we have from the problem. From the problem we have epsilon r value 9.7 and we have W by B ratios 0.5 for first case, second case 5. Okay, coming to first case 1, you need to find out case wise. Case 1, W by B is equals to 0.5, which is less than 1. Yes or no? Which is less than 1. So if the W by B ratio is less than 1, then the analysis is for finding high impedance. The analysis is for finding high impedance. So first you need to find out effective dielectric constant. Epsilon effective is equals to epsilon effective dielectric constant is equals to epsilon r plus 1 divided by 2 plus epsilon r minus 0 divided by 2 into of 1 by square root 1 plus 12b divided by w. 1 plus 12b divided by w plus 0.04 into 1 minus w by h whole square. So this is the expression for effective dielectric constant. You know the epsilon r value. Substitute here epsilon r value. W by B is equals to 0.5. Here we have B by W, means reverse. 1 by 0.5. You need to substitute like that. Okay, no? Yeah. Substitute the values. That equals to 9.7 plus 1 by 2 plus 9.7 divided by 2 of 1 by square root 1 plus 1. This is 1 divided by 0.5 plus 0.04 into 1 minus W by H. W by H means that is 1 minus that value is 0.5. H means A1. So H is equals to A here. And H value, sorry, not H value is equals to B. Okay. Whole square. Fine. Now simplify the expression. That equals to, what is the value? 6.26. Epsilon effective dielectric constant. Effective dielectric constant, epsilon effective is equals to 6.26. You need to remember, first you need to write down the formula for dielectric constant. Effective dielectric constant is equals to epsilon r plus 1 divided by 2 plus epsilon r minus 0 divided by 2 of 1 by square root 1 plus 12 b by w plus 0.04 into 1 minus w by h whole square. Substitute all values in that equation. After that, simplify this expression, then you will get the effective dielectric constant is equals to 6.26. Next, what you need to find out? Next, you need to find out impedance, characteristic impedance. Yes or no? Z0, characteristic impedance. Z0 you need to find out. Z0 is equals to, what is the formula? You know, it is 60 by square root epsilon r into logarithmic of 8h plus 8h by w plus w by 4h. 60 divided by 9 square root 9.7 into logarithmic of h by w means reverse into 1 by 0.5. Okay. okay now 8 into 8 by 0.5 plus WH means same only. It means 0.5 divided by 4. Simplify the expression. What you will get it, Z0 is equals to, we will get it the value of 66.651. Then next you need to find out propagation velocity of the propagation v is equals to, formula for that, c divided by square root epsilon effective dielectric constant. That means we are going to find out for that term. C means 3 into 10 to the power of 8. That value is equals to 6.26. And what is the value? The value is 1.2 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. So Z0 formula is 60 divided by square root epsilon r into logarithmic of 8h divided by w plus w divided by 4h. Substitute the values. Then you need to find out velocity of propagation v is equals to c divided by square root effective dielectric constant. You know the effective dielectric constant value 6.26. Substitute that. C value you know it, 3 into 10 to the power of 8. Substitute both two values in the velocity of propagation. Then you will get the velocity of propagation v is equals to 1.2 into 10 to the power of 8 meters. So this is for case 1. What about for case 2? What about for case 2? Case 2 is W by H value is equals to 5, which is greater than 1. First, what you need to find out? The effective dielectric constant. The effective dielectric constant. Effective dielectric constant epsilon V effective is equals to epsilon r plus 1 divided by 2 plus epsilon r minus 1. Previously epsilon r minus 0, here we are getting y. That W by B value, sorry, H or B value is less than 1, here greater than 1, because that reason epsilon r minus 1 divided by 2 of 1 divided by square root 1 plus 12 H by W. This is the expression for the effective dielectric constant E effective is equals to, okay, E effective is equals to epsilon r plus 1 divided by 2 plus epsilon r minus 1 divided by 2 into 1 by square root 1 plus 12 H by W. You know the epsilon r value, same, 9.7 plus 2 divided by 2 plus 9.7 minus 1 means 8.7. 8.7 divided by 2. 1 by square root 1 plus 12 means here b by w means 1 by 5. Simplify the expression. What is the answer? We will get it from this 7.71. Effective dielectric constant is 7.71. We are getting from the W by B value. Okay. Next one. What is the next parameter? We have to find out characteristic impedance. Characteristic impedance. Characteristic impedance. Z0 is equals to, what is the Z0 value? 60 divided by sure. In there 0.5 is less than 1, because that reason we are getting 60. Here the W by B value is greater than 1, because that reason this will be double. This is a 120. This will becomes under 120. 125 divided by square root epsilon effective dielectric constant into 1 by W by H plus 1.393 plus 0.667 logarithm of 1.224 plus W by H. We need to remember the formula. 125 divided by square root epsilon effective of into 1 by W by H plus 1.393 plus 0.667 logarithmic of 1.224 plus W by H. Substitute the values. 120 divided 120 into pi. This is 7.71. Then W by H means 1 by B only, means 5. This is the 5 plus 1.393 plus 0.667 ln of 1.24 plus W by B only is 5. Simplify. Step by step we need to simplify. 125 by square root 7.71 into 1 by, this is 6.390 plus 0.671 1.24 plus 5. Which means that you need to change it. That is 6.44. This one. 6.44. What is the final Z0 value? Z0 is equals to 7.780. Z0 value is equals to, like this you need to find out. Okay, you need to remember that E effective 7.71, Z0 is equals to 17.78 coulombs. Next last one, what is that? What you need to find out? Velocity of the propagation in the case 2. case you need to find out the velocity of the propagation. The velocity of the propagation. V is equals to C divided by square root epsilon effective. This is square root effective dielectric constant. Substitute the value. V is equals to C means 3 into 10 to the power of 8 divided by square root epsilon effective means 7.71, right? Substitute that value. What is the answer we get for this? 1.08 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. This is the expression for the velocity of propagation in the second case. Okay, like that you need to find out the values. Okay, now before that just you need to remember the formulas. Let us assume if the W by B value is equals to 0.5, the formula for dielectric constant for effective microstrip line is epsilon effective is equals to, just you need to remember those two formulas. Epsilon effective is equals to epsilon r plus 1 divided by 2, epsilon r minus 0 by 2 square root, into of, alright, can I write this side? I'll write it here on. This is for W by H is equals to 0.5, whereas this is less than 1. This is for W by H value is equals to 5, which is greater than 1. Okay, just you need to remember these two. For finding this propagation velocity of the propagation, the formula is same. This V is equals to for both, but for both cases C divided by square root epsilon effective dielectric constant. This is same, but the one more formula is characteristic impedance is different for this. For this first you need to write down Z0 value is equals to 60 divided by square root epsilon effective into 8h divided by W plus W divided by 4h. For W by H is equals to 0.5. H means B only. Just you need to remember. HM is equals to B. Okay, fine. This is the B. Both will be equal because that is I am writing W by H. Like that. For this Z0 is equals to 120 pi by square root epsilon effective of 1 by W by H plus 1.393 plus 0.667 ln of 1.444 plus W by H. This is the characteristic impedance for W by B is equals to 5, which is greater than 1, and the velocity of the propagation is equal for both less than 1 and greater than 1. Okay, now for both cases that value is equals to V is equals to different, but the formula is same. Just you need to remember.